Unit 2. Listening Exercise 8. You are going to hear 3 speakers talking about their driving test experiences. Match each speaker, 1, 2 or 3, with the best answer, A to E, from each list. There are 2 answers in each list you do not need. Speaker 1.
On the actual day, I was so nervous. You see, I hadn't lived in the UK long, and so driving on the left side was relatively new to me. Even though I had a driving license in my own country, for some reason it wasn't valid here, and so I was forced to take my test again. Waste of time and money. Anyway, just as I got to the test center, it started to snow. I'm not talking small snowflakes falling out of the sky, but a full flurry of snow. So much that it settled on the ground. As I sat in the waiting room, so I got more anxious. I had never driven in the snow before. A mixture of excitement and anxiety took over as I watched in amazement the snow falling on the pavement. Luckily, after half an hour, the examiner announced that all of the tests had been cancelled and that we would have to rebook for the following month. 1 month later, I was back in the same chair and, as predicted, I passed the test.
Speaker 2.
I remember the day perfectly well. I had just turned 17 and it was a Thursday morning. As I was the youngest in my year at school, I was the last one to learn to drive. Getting my licence was really important to me. All of my friends were showing off with their new cars and boasting about how independent they were. I was so jealous of them. I remember pulling out of the test centre and out onto the road. That's when it all went horribly wrong. We approached a set of traffic lights, and the examiner asked me to turn right. I checked my mirror, signalled my intention to manoeuvre, and then, seeing the traffic light on green, started to turn. At that moment, the examiner shrieked and slammed on the emergency brake. I didn't know what was going on. I panicked. The car stalled and immediately came to a halt. We sat still in the middle of the road with traffic piling up behind us. The examiner looked at me horrified. He explained that the traffic light was green for those going straight on, but not for those turning right. We had nearly crashed into the oncoming traffic. An immediate fail, and I had only been in the car 2 minutes.
Speaker 3.
I'd been taking lessons for 8 months, so plenty of time, when I decided I was willing and ready to take my test. I applied for a test date, and can you believe it, I was given the very next day. There had been a cancellation, and they asked if I would be willing to take the slot. At first I said no, but then I changed my mind. 20 hours later, I was sitting in the waiting room, waiting for the examiner to call my name and start the most exciting experience of my life. I thought I would feel nervous, but the adrenaline had the opposite effect on me. I have a vague memory of the test and the things I was instructed to do. I remember the 3-point turn and reverse parallel parking, but for the life of me, I can't recall which roads we went down or what the instructor looked like. I do, however, have a perfect recollection of the moment I stopped the car and the instructor informed me that I had passed my test. I cried tears of joy.